So what we're going to do is fit the air horn here. It's fairly simple to fit. I have fit it once before on my other vehicle. Now you need to use a relay which is actually supplied with it. Now this has to be wired directly to the battery and not to the original horn circuit. If you try to do it to the original horn circuit, you will it draws too much power. So the first thing we got to do, and this is for the F3, we've got to put it up on some ramps. So we've done that. We've just done it nice easy access. Just drive it up on a set of ramps, and underneath here, took me a while to actually find the where the horn was, but here it is. I thought I might have to take all this bottom off here, but it's underneath there. So this is accessed by one screw here, Allen key, and all the rest are just clips. There's the other one right there. So we got that one, and we got 3 or 4 other ones, and the horn's in behind that. So this is on the left hand wheel as you're facing the bike, or the right hand side one if you're sitting on the bike. So right below the shock absorber, okay, right below that shock absorber there. So what I'm going to do is I'll whip that off and give you a look at it. It's a horn there. Got one screw there to take it off, but I'm going to leave it on. And we got some wires there, which mine look pretty dodgy anyhow. So there you go. Look at that clip broken already. So there you go, that's her. So that's the wires we want to access, and that goes to your button. What you need to do now is take out your sway bar bolt out of there. Okay, take that out. Grind the head off like that. Okay, it's still strong, it's not going to be any issue. Here like that. The horn will sit like that. It'll sit in nice and there, it'll bolt in tight, it'll hang down, everything is above where we need it to be. The wires will be hooked up there. Now original horn is only a few centimetres away from there. We're going to leave that original horn hooked up, so if you need to do a roadworthy, you just got to unplug this horn and you're sweet. Now we've got to do all the wiring yet, but that's how that goes in. It's nice and simple, fits in there, it's a perfect little spot for it. Now this is my relay that I've used. It's all wired in. Now the CAN bus electrical system on this bike is very hard to work with, so just so you're aware. Now I have a trickle charge that I put in as well, and that goes directly to the battery. You've got to take the boot out. It's a bit involved in it, and I've just run it down this relay. I've just run it down here. I've popped my power into there. Everything that I do is soldered, nothing clamped. The only clamping part is that bit there. It's a 30 amp fuse. Now they specify a 30 amp fuse, so we're going to do a 30 amp fuse. It's no worries. Now I'm not sure where I'm going to put this just yet. There is a bolt just there that I've loosened off, and it will fit in there facing that way there. So basically like that. Okay, so that's pretty good, looks good. Now we'll show you the finished product. I haven't put the there's the horn in there. So basically, as I was saying, the sway bar bracket, and what I'm going to do is the bolt here that's holding that horn on is also holding the sway bar. The something, I'm not sure what they call that. It's a plastic one on this one, it hasn't had the upgrade. I will be putting some Loctite on that. You know, I can't see any other issues with it. There's the original horn right there beside it. Oh, another thing you might be interested in, the fuse for the horn is right here. I'm just got to take this one off here. Fuse for the horn is that second one there. That one right there, it's a 25 amp fuse, and that handles your normal horn. So, you know, it makes me think if it's a 25 amp fuse, yeah, could the whole system handle one of these horns? But anyhow, we've put a relay in. There is a valve here, where the air gets sucked up into. I will probably be putting the hose on that and just running it to a spot, or putting like a filter on it, because that'll be where it sucks the air. So if you are going through the water, you will get some stuff that'll fly up there, so, or even mud or dust. This Stebel horn comes with a plug with a hose on, with a pipe that you can put a hose on, so you just run it up into the bay there somewhere where it's sucking clean air, and you should, I've got one of these on my work truck, these Stebel horns. Also the C-Bus electrical system, royal pain in the butt, but anyhow, they're really worth it. I'll give you a listen to it without the, I'll just disconnect that main horn. That's your normal horn. Okay, which is, you know, it's a fair horn. It's not too bad. Okay, I should have put an angle head on that. I still might yet. I'll just set my soldering irons over in the shed. Pretty cool. Now hopefully you get some help out of that. I'm sure it'll help someone. There's nowhere else on YouTube that actually have the F3 horn placement. So there it is in there, fits in nicely, everything's good as long as you do your wiring, which is your biggest issue, and I'll try and put a link to the wiring that I did. It should be fine. Yeah, we haven't run an earth. Normally we'll run an earth from this relay, you know, just coming off the back there, but I haven't run an earth on there. I did have one on, but I've taken that off. So I'm relying, I have a main earth to my Stebel horn underneath. It goes to the chassis, and then we've only got one power that comes in through this relay, and I've piggybacked off the main horn in both the sides, the positive and the negative side. Now they're a negative switch, an earth switch, so which complicates things. Sometimes they've got a bit of power there, sometimes they don't. So don't be surprised if you get very confused. Okay, bye.